Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And some breaking news and some very frustrating and sad news is that the Stormers versus the Lions clash this weekend, which was scheduled to happen down in Cape Town, has been cancelled as a result of a string of positive tests within the Lions camp. We're going to go through this release and stuff like that in a moment. Before we do, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Sharks versus Bulls is still looking good to go ahead, so we will have a preview up for that very, very shortly. So make sure you smash like, subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, so that you can check that out. We will also be live tonight for our live news show. We're going to be wrapping up all the news from the week, looking ahead at the weekend, what we can expect, looking at a couple of breaking news stories, and kind of sort of seeing how the rugby world is shaping up. A couple of comments made by a couple of different people. Looking at the British Lions saves and a lot more. So yeah, I mean, turn your notifications on as well so that you get a notification when we go live, so you can come hang out with us tonight and just chat about a bit of a rugby. Unfortunately, I won't be live this weekend. We won't be live this weekend. I'm still trying to make sure we can try and get a review up for the Sharks versus the Bulls game. Unfortunately, I'm busy on Saturday, but I'll be back on Sunday for a wrap up of the weekend and looking at the Rainbow Cup weekend itself. And then we will probably be doing a team of the tournament this coming week. We were going to keep it for the week after, but given the fact that the Stormers, the Stormers and the Lions will not play this weekend, we're not really going to be able to do a team of the week, given the fact that there's only two teams. So I think we're going to probably push our tournament team of the tournament up to this coming week. So that'll probably be out on Monday or Tuesday, and then obviously we're going to have the 5 things learned from the tournament, stuff like that, and then we'll gear ourselves up for whoever will be in the North versus South final. But in terms of the Lions versus Stormers clash, so it was announced this morning at just about 9:30. And apparently it was also announced with the decision was made rather with the British and Irish Lions tour in mind, which is in a month's time, which seemed a bit strange for me. I don't understand why they kind of sort of mentioned that. But SA Rugby CEO Joey Roux said the Emirates Lions have followed all protocols and taken all the appropriate steps. While the cancellation is unfortunate, their approach ensures that the risk of cancellation of their match against the British and Irish Lions in the Castle Lager Lions series on 3rd of July is well managed. Now, that confuses me a little bit, to be very honest. I can understand if there are quite a few tests and stuff like that, and they can't feel decide to cancel it, but I'm very confused as to why we are citing a match which is in a month's time. It doesn't make sense to me. When you think that, it's a 10-day quarantine period if you test positive, if players, played this weekend, for example, and they tested positive in the next week, they would still have enough time for 10-day quarantine and still have a week and a half of training together. I mean, we've got almost a month until, it's literally 4 weeks tomorrow that the Lions play against the British and Irish Lions. They have to go into a bio bubble, I think it's about 10 days before. So if you look at 10 days before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Lions will have to go into a bio bubble on the 23rd of June, which is in about 12 or 14 days. So it all seems a bit strange to me that that's being cited as a potential reason. I mean, I don't understand why that really comes into it, given the fact that it's still quite a while away. So that's a bit strange for me, to be honest. But yeah, so it's very unfortunate that it's not going to go ahead. It does mean the Stormers do get a 4-point victory. And so it means that they will finish on 17 points, which at the moment actually puts them in second place. With the Sharks are going to be playing the Bulls in what will be a semi-final. So the Sharks will beat the Bulls, and obviously then they'll go up to first, second. The Bulls cannot finish lower than second. The Lions will finish with just 8 points across their 6 games, which is not a great campaign. Just 1 win, 4 losses, and then a default loss. A minus 34 points difference. Not a great season for the Lions. But if I'm honest, and I look at the squads and stuff like that, the Lions are never going to compete. They've got such a young squad. There's such little experience. You look at the Springbok squad, and the Bulls got 4 Springboks being called up. But I mean, arguably there could be another 3 or 4, in that lineup. And they've got capped Springboks as well within their squad, which aren't part of the box setup. You got Sharks, who I think have got 9 Springboks who were called up. The Stormers have about 7 or 8. The Lions just have the 1, which kind of shows you the gulf in quality because the Lions are so young. So I think that first of all, I think they need to go and sort of dip into their pockets and bring in a few players. It looks like Evo van der Merwe is going to be signed, which would be a nice big signing. We'll talk about that tonight in the news show. But yeah, that's how it kind of stands. So it's very frustrating, very upsetting that we don't get to see this final clash. Because also, it's one of those things when you've got nothing to play for in terms of log position, it hopefully kind of lends itself to being a bit more of an open game, because you don't need. I mean, if you lose, you lose. What's or what? But if you've got a chance to go out there, it's a bit like that Toyota Invitational side, where when you've got nothing to play for other than trying to individually impress, suddenly teams put in some really good performances and some very nice individual performances. So that's what we probably would have missed out on this weekend, which is very, very frustrating. Unfortunately, that is the reality. Rather be safe than sorry. So I don't have any issue with the decision. I just think it's strange that they select the British and Irish Lions as a factor. But yeah, smash like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. As I said, we'll have a preview up for Sharks versus the Bulls. That is going ahead at this stage. Sharks still battling with a couple of injuries. Haven't really named a bench. So we'll cover that as well. And then we'll be live tonight. So make sure you come and hang out with us then. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I'll chat to you very soon.